Welcome back to Nerd Shit in the Dark, the shittiest podcast on the internet, and we are your hosts, Chase, the Chaz Skripek, and
Jake, the Jake Dunstan.
Jake, the Jake Dunstan.
That's what we have today for you.
That's what you are. Okay, we'll take it. He's just Jake. Sometimes he's Jake. Jake Dunstan. What is your middle name?
Brian.
Brian. Jake
Yep.
Brian.
Yep,
Dunstan.
you got it.
Huh. Wow.
Brian with a Y. That's what happens
Brian
when your
with a Y.
mom's 18 when you're born. She comes up with stuff like that.
I think Brian with a Y is better. I think it's
Sure.
I think I know more people that are Brian's with the Y. Not important. Jake, Brian, Dunstan. What the fuck's up, man? I am so glad we're finally here doing this.
I know I've been trying.
We have been trying.
Busy time.
People. It was a busy time. I miss not being busy in my life.
I don't know that's ever going to happen again for you.
I don't think it will to some degree. Yeah. Ugh. But, you know, for anybody listening now or in the future, this is, we're just off the 4th of July weekend, almost going into the weekend after it. And we had a busy couple of days over the course of that fucking holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I had a great time. I had a great weekend.
Yeah.
But I was busy. I was busy
Same.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Same. I know. I feel like I need recovery time from it.
Yeah.
Then you go back to work and work sucks.
I like my job. So to me,
Yeah,
that's
me
my
too.
recovery time is.
Me too.
Right. You love it. You're all about, you said your boss is the coolest dude ever.
I actually
you said
do
that
like
to
my
me
boss.
on a number of occasions. And that is not just a plug in case he ever listens. And you said he's totally shredded. You were like, he's totally shredded.
He's a she, so that's especially a
She
sign
is
that
totally...
I'm not lying here.
Sorry, that's me. I don't see gender. Jake,
That's right.
We got a lot to cover tonight.
Tackle it.
So, I mean, but I think first things first, we should have a little fun. You know, let's break into it. Because, like, since the shitters have last seen you, you have got a PlayStation. You got a PS5.
Mm-hmm.
And you're about a month into owning it at this point.
Yeah.
And you are happy with your life decisions?
Oh my god, it's so much better than the Xbox. It's like, it has convinced me that the next Xbox will be the last one that they make. I'm like certain of it because it's so much better that I don't know why anybody would bother buying an Xbox at this point.
Yeah.
That's mostly all I think is how much I regret buying an Xbox because the PlayStation is so much better. I don't know. The current Xbox feels like the same thing as the Xbox 360. And the PlayStation feels like a next gen console. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's definitely the same thing as the Xbox One. It's definitely the same thing as the Xbox One.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like a little better enough to play modern games, but still not up to snuff.
Yeah, like I guess.
Yeah.
It's the interface. It's so garbage.
I know.
I can't get over it.
Yeah.
I know.
But PlayStation just took you. They took you and that's the thing. That's how PlayStation works. You can be against it, not against it, but not really with it for a long time. But as soon as it gets you,
yeah, and everybody's going to get got.
Man.
That's my theory is that nobody's going to have the Xbox anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a couple games on there that I'll talk about eventually once I get further in.
Mm-hmm.
I stalled out. I was playing one quite a bit, but I stalled out a little bit. But I'll jump back into it.
It's like we said, we're busy. It's hard to.
I know.
And you bought so many games at once. So
I bought so many games.
So many games at once. This guy did exactly what we all said we'd do when we were kids, when we were adults and had money. I'm gonna buy all the video games. I'm gonna buy the systems.
I have the money. Yeah, I did do that. I don't regret it either. Yeah, I've actually been. I stalled out because I've been reading the same book for months and months, since like the beginning of April. And I was like 300 pages in, 400 pages in, and I mean, literally since the beginning of April, and just stalled out, just couldn't get through it. But it's good. I just couldn't get into it. And then I hit a point in the book like 4 days ago where I've now read 550 pages since then. And so I'm on the last 50 pages, and that's all I've been doing. That's not all I've been doing, but
this is the third book in that series that you're reading.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Mm-hmm. It's so
awesome.
so good that the fourth book you can only get it in hardcover from Great Britain right now, or England, whatever, and I paid to have it shipped over here. So I just paid $15 in shipping so I could get the hardcover. Why
is it not just out in America yet?
He was independently published for the first 3 books. Like, he was doing it on his own, and then he signed a huge book deal with a company over there called The Broken Binding. And so they're exclusively making the books. The book actually came out in April, so you can get the paperback here, and you can get it on Kindle. But they were having problems, I guess, making the hardcover because the book is like 1,400 pages or 1,450 pages or something. So, it's still not even. Yeah, I actually pre-ordered it because it's supposed to be coming at some point this month. He's signing them all. Oh, dude, I will be buying. I want to see
this thing.
I'll probably buy the Kindle version first because I'm not going to be able to wait. It. Yeah, dude, it's got me. He's got me.
It's got you. There's nothing better than that.
It's the first. I went back and looked through my Goodreads. It's the first time I've felt this way about a book in like 2 years. Now there were some books I've read in the last year that were rereads that are really good.
Sure.
But it's different on a reread, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's been since 2023 that I've read something that I was like, that I'm like, this. That's, you know, to get that feeling that you're super on my list, into it. Man. Mm-hmm. It's really good. I don't think it's the best. That's how I am with the Sun Eater
and Wheel of Time.
I don't think it's the best at first. Like, his first book, I've talked about it here before. I think the writing is really good to start. I think it's extremely derivative to start. But it turns into its own thing. Very distinctly its own thing.
I think I almost love that than it's starting completely. You know what I mean? I think
it's really interesting to watch his development of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's so vast. It's so big in scope. The only things that you can compare it to are Wheel of Time and Game of Thrones. That's how big the scope is. And I think that's why this book was hard to get into at first, because there's so many viewpoints that it's hard to like sink your teeth into anything because it's jumping around so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really good. Like, really, really, really good. So hopefully this next one is good. And then, so the one that's coming out is the 4th one, and then the 5th one is going to be the last. But there's also novellas sprinkled in there as well, which is cool. So
I love Sun Eater does that too. Love that shit.
So
especially when you're obsessed with something, like you will read.
You're like, I'll take whatever you got in this world.
Whatever fixin', as long as you're writing it.
It's really good, and the characters. So what I was nervous about in it is that again, it's like he does steal a lot of Wheel of Time stuff to start. It's like 3 farm boys, you know, and at first it seemed they were all gonna kind of also fit the same mold as the 3 Wheel, and they're very much their own distinct characters, not the same, which is
nice.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's good without getting more into it. But it's hard because, you know, it's kind of hard to talk about the 3rd book in a series when you've read like 3,000 pages of it, you know?
Right. Yeah. And for everyone listening who doesn't know this, what is the series of this called again?
Bound and the Broken by Ryan
Bound and the
Cahill.
Broken.
Yes, Cahill.
Right. Yes. Because he's published by the, what's it called again?
Broken Binding. Now.
What if that book showed up to your house, that hardcover, you got it, you're pumped, and you go to hold it, and the pages just fall the fuck out, and then there's a note on the inside that says, "Gotcha, bitch. That's our name.
I
Get what you paid for."
They do really cool, like, what's the word? Like, exclusive copies with really cool covers and such. But to get them, you have to subscribe to like their membership. And so you get like a book a month. So they usually do series. So they'll do, and you can opt out of 1 series a year. And I would love to do it, but the shipping is brutal. Like paying and of course, in reality, it's not. Like paying $13 to have something shipped from like the middle of Europe is not that bad. But in the modern day, where I'm so used to Jeff Bezos giving me shit for free, it's tough to stomach, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, hey, we're all gonna die. You might as well just do it.
So I'm not a member of this, but I've been thinking about doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I bought this book. I'm excited for it, and that's what I've been doing instead of playing PlayStation for the last week.
That's cool. Hey, you got to bob and weave, man. I bob and weave all the time, and you
I
just...
know. I'm struggling to like. I feel like I should be playing a second video game, but I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I wouldn't dabble in that. Like I can
know.
do like a couple at a time, but it's taken lots of practice.
It's got to be two
and
very
I have
different games.
Lots
I think.
of time. Yeah, pretty much.
I started a second.
Honestly,
game.
you can play any amount, but they all have to be different. It's almost impossible to sit play.
Yeah.
Because like I was playing Dragon Quest 11 or whatever right before Expedition came out, and like even though I had spent like a solid week, probably got about 12-15 hours into that game, as soon as Expedition came out, it was like this is the that I'm playing now.
I know you have to finish it so we can talk about it.
I know I'll get there.
I will get
there.
I actually just have a couple.
When I feel it, I'm gonna fucking...
I know. I have a couple sucking it off thoughts. So that's why I'm excited. There's a couple thoughts I have that aren't just sucking it off.
It's always good to, give them something to work for.
Yes.
So, okay, Jake, with that kind of catch up with you out of the way, are you ready for new nerd shit?
I'm ready for your new nerd shit first.
You ready for my new nerd shit first? Oh, wow. Wowzers. It's been a while since I've kicked one of these things off. But
they make you do it all the time.
We got to do it because we got a loaded episode. We have 3 major topics for this episode, so we got to get through.
I know. I'm going to keep mine very short.
I'll do my best, but
you do whatever you want, buddy.
Yeah. So I have dabbled. I have dabbled in the Xenoblade franchise in my life. I have dabbled, and I've always liked. I've never beaten any of them. I've played, so the first one I played when it came out for the 3DS is a remake. And I played a bit of it there, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I think the second one came out for the Switch, and I was like, oh, it's a sequel to that game that I played on my 3DS that I never beat. But I mean, I like those games, and I bought that, and I played like maybe a day or two, and then I never played it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the definitive edition of the first one came out on the Switch. It was a remake, so I bought that, and I played to a point with that. I've always enjoyed these games. They just kind of come out at points in my life where either another game that I was like, couldn't wait to play was out and I had to play it, or I just wasn't playing super long 60-hour video games at these points in my life.
Right.
With that said, I got my Switch 2. I've been seeing all these Switch 1 games running better on it, and I was feeling like playing Xenoblade, but I was like, I can't start my first one over or right back up because I don't remember where the fuck I am. It's been like a year or two since I played it. I think 2. So I was like, I'm gonna get either Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because I heard that one's really fucking awesome, or Xenoblade Chronicles X, the definitive edition remake that they put out for the Switch. And I was at a crossroads, but I elected to go with the newest game, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And I have been thoroughly enjoying myself in this imperfectly beautiful little game.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. There are things about it that are just like, it's a Wii U remake. So like they buffed it up, but like it's still a Wii U game brought to the, modern day. But I really like it. It's fun. So Xenoblade Chronicles X and 1, I can at least say, have a really fun... I love the battle mechanics. They're an action RPG, an action JRPG type of game. And this one in particular, like, okay, so 1, 2, and 3, they're like story based. They're very like story heavy games. This one was like this company's take at an open world version of their game. There's a story, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like how the stories in the other ones are. This is more like, hey, take the idea of like how you play. I really compare it to like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic type of gameplay, but like more modern, more developed, faster paced. I really love the gameplay of the Xenoblade Chronicles series in general, but this one in particular, because it's set up to be more open world, like it gives you a more like free use of anything you want to do type of abilities, and you can really design how you want your character to be. There's class systems and like different abilities you get for choosing certain classes, and like those classes rank up and up and up, and you just get better abilities. Whereas I feel like in the story games, like you have to reach a certain point in the story to get these things. This game's just like missions, side quests, it's mostly side quests, huge open world, beautiful for what it is. You know what I mean? Like a Switch game, open world, very pretty though, lots of area to cover, lots of fast travel points. A lot of the purpose of this game, as opposed to just fighting monsters and shit with like your party, you get a party of 4, and you create your own character, which I'm all over the place with this game, but this is the only Xenoblade Chronicles game where you do create your own character. Like you play as certain characters in the other one. So this one, you have to make your own character. It's open world, but like I said, because of that, the story really, really lags for it.
Does it?
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. My biggest complaint with this game, other than some jankiness, which I'll get to, is there is so much talking and like cutscenes that you can't speed through the dialogue. It's either you listen to it or you skip it entirely, so you miss like whatever the fuck's going on. But there's a lot of shit that does it. Like it's got to a point where I am skip. Like if it's not a main story mission.
Wow, you have to skip the dialogue.
I'm like, I can't fucking do. And like it's so much, dude. It's so much. But like this is to be expected with a JRPG. But the problem is the quality isn't there enough for you to like really give a shit. And there's so many. Like there's affinity missions, which are like they're not story missions, but they're like character building missions, so you get to know more of like the community. I guess I didn't really set the premise. The premise of this game is Earth got attacked by these fucking things that blew it up, and the human race escaped on this fucking ship, and these aliens chased them through space. They crash landed on this planet that their continents are like big giant Titan bodies. So like we crashed on that. Humanity rebuilt a city in that, and we're trying to like, you know, come back on this planet.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, and your character is like, I don't remember what happened before. I have amnesia from the crash. So you're like, you're starting from square one with like, you know, that sort of situation. And like the aliens are there that blew up Earth, and they're there to like still find us. And there's a cool twist in the story at some point. I won't give any of that away, but like the story is like the least of my concerns, because the beauty of that though is once you're not doing the talking, it's a really good time. It's a really fun open world. And like I said, the battle system kind of plays like have you ever played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah. Yep.
So like, you know, your character's automatically doing something, but you can also pick things, and there's cooldowns. So it's like that, but anime as fuck, dude. Anime as fuck, because all of your things, you either have like, you have your gun or your sword. That's like the class I chose. You can do other things, but I have like a sword and a gun class, and I switch between them, and my power moves are just something based around those things, and like you use them and they cool down and you can use them again, and they all have sick anime names. And that's another thing. You have to turn your brain off for this game, because it's constantly your 4 party characters saying the same shit over and over and over, whether it's little quips or the names of their attacks. Like it's just like backlash, you know, just it. So if you're in a battle, it's just that, and like you just, dude, I know from the first one, because they do it in all of them. There's a character named Ryan, and god damn it, if every battle he didn't go, now it's Ryan time. So like you just like get these things built in your head, but it's cool, and it's so fast paced, and yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. It's really fun. The combat and the exploration is really neat, right? So that's your main setup. But then about 20 levels into the game, 20 like character 20 hours actually, not 20 levels, 20 hours into the game, they introduce like, so throughout the game, you've seen people piloting these mech things. And finally you get your license about 20 hours in.
License?
You need a license to operate like basically a fucking Gundam, like a mech.
Yeah, when I Google it, that's the first thing that comes up is
you get one of those like that late into the game, and then like you have to implement that. There are some things that even though you're the same level, you need to pilot one of these fucking mechs to like fight these things. And then this whole other like you need to fuel the mechs, so you have to like do this other shit to get fuel for it. Like there's a whole other level of like gameplay mechanic that they just toss in 20 levels into the game, or 20 hours. And then about 10 more hours in, they introduced flight with these things. So now, you know, I could just fly around the map anywhere I couldn't. There's a lot of times where you just couldn't reach where you needed to be. It's like the game was trying to hold you back. But once you got far enough in, they're like, you can fly around. If you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, you're going to die for it. So we'll let you do it. And that was really cool. So I love how it like kind of evolved into this other games, because like you don't operate any mechs to my knowledge in the first couple of these games. So like that's a cool, unique mechanic to this one. And yeah, they're really fucking awesome. So like the exploration kind of rewards you, like even though it's hard at times when you're just on foot, like eventually you get this mech, and then there are things that the mech can't quite do, but then you get fly. You just feel everything around you become better, like a proper RPG. You start at square one, level 1, and you just build, and you know, you equip new items to give you certain abilities. There's a whole, I am not even like into the deep mechanics of how the battle system and like the types of moves work, but like even that's really unique and interesting. I like it a lot.
That's cool. Are you gonna go back and try 3 at some point then?
So here's my plan, dude. Here's my plan. I have been starting to stream a bit on the YouTube channel, just here and there. We've done it ourselves, me and you. I've been playing Resident Evil 7 on our YouTube channel just the past couple days. Been playing Smushy Come Home. But my plan is I'm getting a capture card for my Switch. I think I might live stream my gameplay of 1, 2, and 3 now that I have this kind of like, I think it's a great game to start with. I really do. Like, I really think if people play this one first, when they go into the first one, it's just going to be like, you know, you're ready to go. And you built that from the beginning. Like you learned how to play through this very well-crafted level system to teach you and also make you better at the game. And to build there's so many party members. You meet a fuck ton of characters throughout the game who, yep, you better believe it, have cutscenes, lots of them, but you can put them into your party at any time. I guess on the Wii U version, you had to like find them in this city that we built to like put them in and out of your party. Terrible, because it's a huge game. Not that you can't fast travel everywhere, but like that's
having to find
that's an improvement.
Yeah,
anytime you can do that in this new version of it, so that's cool. Great. It lets you want to play, and those characters, because you get to know them, you know, all interesting, unique, likable characters. But yak when they got a yak, man. I'm telling you,
and not, God forbid. Not where you're like interested in what they're saying.
The cool thing is, I'll give it this: you can like if you can't sit through a whole cutscene and you don't want to miss it, you can pause it. It'll let you pause it at any time, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But I'm about 40 something hours into it right now. I am on the 11th mission. I heard so originally there were 12, but I guess the new one they added a 13th. So I'm almost done. I'll probably wrap it up in the next week.
Nice.
We've really reached just a new, interesting, challenging point in the game, but I'm having fun. And I haven't even got into like some of like a lot of like the missions you can only go on is if you've built an affinity up with certain members. You have to play with them to like do their missions to progress the story or give you different ability. You're always, if you do a side quest, you're getting something that is useful for doing it. Whether you use it or not is up to you, but like they always give you something for your work. I appreciate that.
There's a whole gigantic game.
It's huge. I'm telling you, one of the main things you're sent to do is just like go to to basically find all the fast travel points in the game, because there's a fuck ton of them, and you got to like turn them on so that you can bounce between them. And yeah, you can get to where you want to be really fast, but like getting to those things for the first time, it's fun. You really go on an adventure to get some shit and get into some sticky situations. I've died often, and really, when your whole party dies, it just sends you back to the previous like one of those fast travel points. You don't really lose anything for it. Like, you're not punished. Your punishment is that you're dead. Or, well, if your scale dies, you have to get insurance for it, or you have to pay a fuck ton to fix it. But you get a point where you can just buy fucking scales anytime you, because there's a whole nother system where like at these points you're planting either like mining sites where you get materials, or like resource places where you get money. So like there's a system where like every 30 in-game minutes, I think, you accrue so much material or money. So like I never feel like I'm broke. I never really feel like, because of that, I always have like extra resources. And the openness to do quests, like you can do, as long as you're not doing a main story mission, you can do all the quests at any time. They're level capped, but like if you're at that level, like go ahead, fuck around. Here's a bunch of shit you have to go kill. Yeah. Really, really, really fun little game, man. I was having trouble really sinking my teeth into anything I was playing on my Switch 2. Like Mario Kart's fun to play, but like
it's not the same.
It's not the same, and none of the release games really did it for me. So I was like, let's fuck with Xenoblade, and I am thoroughly excited to say I will be finally playing through an entire one.
There you go.
Looking forward to starting playing. I'll take a little break, but I will start playing one on our YouTube channel in the coming days, or coming, months.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I might try it eventually. I'm so not an open world person, I've learned about myself.
I'm not really either. That's the interesting thing. That's the thing. It gives me more of like good, like when open world's done well, it makes me want to play it, like Zelda. So like it's interesting because there are things about it that are, I didn't even get into my negatives. There is an aiming, like you have to like aim at whatever you're fighting because it's an RPG, so you have to always be locked onto that certain thing. I think you hit like R1 and it does it. Because it's open world, there's a lot of just random shit in the open world to fight. Like you're never without like being able to like fight something if you want to. But because of this, I swear to God, dude, it'll just pick whatever to like aim on, and then you have to like roll through like all until it gets to the thing that you're fighting, and that happens so fucking much. Like sometimes the monster hits me, and I'm like, okay, my character should know that when I click to log on, I want this guy that just fucking slapped me. But sometimes it won't. So then your party will run after the thing that you're locked onto instead of the thing that you're fighting.
You need to actually fight? Yeah.
Oh, that happens a lot.
That sounds extremely frustrating.
It can be. You learn to get well at it, but like it still happens, dude, and it can be a nightmare. Yeah. So but like once again, it is a Wii U remake. So like I give it a lot of like, okay, that
there's leeway.
At least it's a really fun game around that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really all I got. And like I said, the talking, but
cool. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of them. I've never touched one though.
They are delightful. Delightful. Cool. Like I said, Anna, I didn't even get into the music. Odd at times, very odd at times. The main city has this odd, like it works for this game, but like I'm also like, this is
what are we doing?
What are we doing? But like some like the epic like orchestral music that plays sometimes during some of these fights, but then at other times there's just Japanese anime music playing. like Miranda was like, it sounds like a theme song over there, and I was like, it does sound like
that's
an
what
anime.
It is.
And it's so you get into it when that happens. So the music's really good. Gameplay is really good. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's for the Switch. I've been playing it on my Switch too, and it's pretty. It's fun. It's exciting. It takes hours of my life.
Yeah, holy fuck, 40 hours.
Enjoyable. Yeah. And
God bless you.
Guarantee I still have probably about 15 more.
Really? Wow.
No doubt. No doubt.
I'm interested to see if you like the ending.
I will too. The story, man, I didn't even talk about much with that. There's one there. I care, but like it's,
I have to care about the story. That's one of my problems, I think.
Yeah. I think like where you'd get that is with Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. Because they're the more story oriented one.
Yeah. Maybe eventually.
This thing awakened like a Knights of the Old Republic, World of Warcraft style video game back into my life for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have your next game prepped up that you think you're gonna play?
I'm flirting. I'm flirting. Well, Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out next week, so I will be playing that right away.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't blame you for that.
But no, I don't know what it will be my other like thing, but might need a break after this one. But
okay,
I'm always playing something on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Right on.
We'll be playing some Split Fiction on there.
We will. We'll get back to that probably next week.
Yeah, probably next week. Dude, I got to talk about this Lord of the Rings orchestral again. I got to talk about it.
That's right, dude.
It's so good. I can't stop thinking about it.
How could you? How could you?
So
That's
good.
how I just feel about the movies. I'm always like,
I know.
Fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
it
so I went and saw
sad.
Fellowship of the Ring in the city with a full orchestra playing during the film. So they put it on a giant projector, and you're in a theater, and they have the full orchestra going. They have a full choir there. Dude, it's just like, I don't know. It exceeded my expectations. I was a little, no, I don't know if hesitant's the word. I just was like, I don't know. I got the tickets for Tori for her birthday.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just fucking rocked. I don't know why I was hesitant, but it was so good. Like, I just blew my mind the whole way through. I just couldn't believe. I think the first thing I told you is I couldn't believe that I got lost in the movie at some point again. Like, there's a full orchestra there, and I stopped paying attention to it at different points because I'm lost in a movie that I've seen.
So you can still hear the movie fairly well. They have like
you hear the movie. It's the these people are professionals. You hear everything perfectly, like perfectly, right? Where they clearly have an edited version of the film that has no music in it, and they just play the music in person, but you hear everything perfectly. Yeah. It just my god, and I just couldn't believe how good it was. And whoever decided to do this is a genius, because they'll make $1 bajillion doing it. Because I don't know if I told you that I looked, and next year on the same weekend is Two Towers. And I'm guessing the next year after that will be Return of the King on the same weekend. And I will be there for both. Because it fucking rocked. And it just, like, the biggest point where I even, like, there's these giant scenes where you've been hearing this orchestra the whole time, and it is like, it's a lot going on, but at these big major moments, to have this orchestra in front of you and they just all stop, and it lets the movie play for a minute and just lets the sounds go. And the first time I really remember them doing that is when they first fight in the mines, and I guess if you think that's like the first time there's actually like real action in the movie. Right? Like, I think that's the first time there's real action in the movie. And like, where there's a battle, let's say it like that, a battle. Yeah. So at this point, the whole time you've just been having this immense orchestra in front of you. And when the fighting starts, all the music just stops and all you hear is swords clattering and like grunting. And it doesn't sound that cool, but man, when you're there and you're in it, it just blew my mind, man. And they did that for probably 4 or 5 different scenes that just made it even more, I don't know, just this movie that's so epic. It just made it even more so. I didn't think that was possible, right? Like, I didn't think you could make this any larger than life than it already is, and they did it with this. Oh my god. And it was so cool because I was kind of, I told you this, but I was kind of curious. We didn't really know what to wear because, you think you're going to like the symphony or whatever. And it's like, normally when you go to something like that, you dress like very fancy or
right.
whatever, but it's also 100 degrees. Yeah, there was like 25% of the people there were like cosplayed almost, which I thought, I don't know. I thought it was cool. And
I would imagine it's one thing or the other. You know what I mean?
I thought it was cool. And I thought it was cool that like, I never saw the movie in theaters, right? I was like 6 or 7 when it came out. So I know you just saw Return of the King in theaters recently, but it was awesome to see it. Obviously, with everybody who is there, maybe not everybody, 90% of the people that are there are very large fans of the franchise. So in these scenes,
totally,
people just erupt in cheers, throughout the movie. And that's something that, again, maybe it doesn't sound that cool, but when you're in it and you're hyped up and excited from the
anybody
movie,
who knows exactly what you're talking about, man.
That you're like, it just, oh my God, it just fucking rocked. It was so cool. And yeah, I don't know. I was so blown away by it. I can't wait to go for the second one. If the second one was tomorrow, I'd go tomorrow. Like, it was that good. And it was a little pricey, but fucking worth it. Like, yeah, just something I never even thought that you could do. What else about it? I just, again, and it's like, some people consider it the worst, the worst of the 3 movies. And it was so good, man. It just was so good. And they had
the
like
best
Lord
movies.
of the Rings
One of them has to be the worst.
What's that? One of them has to be the worst.
They're the best movies, so one of them has to be the worst of the best. There's worse things to be.
My only complaint is that Heinz Hall sucks to sit in because it's like seating for people from the 1400s. It's for short people, and I'm not even that tall. But oh man, it was good. Wow. Oh man, it was so good. It's just uncomfortable in there, but you're also sitting there for over 3 hours. But they do an intermission, which I appreciated. But man, was it good. Oh my God. I walked away from it. My eyes peeled open. Had a couple drinks there. Man, it was good. Yeah. Oh, I loved it, man. So yeah, next year you gotta come. I almost
forgot to bring that up. I'm totally coming.
What happened? My lighting just broke. Did you see this?
Yeah, you're in the dark. You're a nerd shit. In the dark. Oh, that's how committed Jake is.
My light hasn't changed in here at all. That I move out of my window. Anyway, that rocked. Next year you have to come. Yeah, it was really good. I'm sorry about this. I can't change this. I haven't changed my lighting at all.
I'm gonna edit this part in the video where your voice just becomes like like Jay couldn't be here for this part of the recording. Should I talk shit about something
at the moment so that it seems like I'm hidden? I could. But what's really freaking me out is the lighting. It's what's throwing me off is the lighting in my room is the same. Like, it's bright in my room, but I'm looking at myself.
But your screen
just like my surroundings are bright, but I'm looking in the camera and it's dark.
I don't know.
Okay, there it goes. I fixed it.
That was fun though. You look like Father from Kids Next Door.
So that fucking rocked. Dude, I love Codename Kid Next Door. We could do 20 minutes on that. We're not going to get into it today.
Another time.
Let me talk about something else really quick that I've been dabbling with. So that rocked. 10 out of 10, recommend that to people. My other dabble that I've been doing is I am nuzlocking a Pokemon game. As of the last like 3 or 4 days, and I'm into it. I'm super into it. So I'm doing a ROM hack, and yeah, it's hard as shit, and I like it.
A legal ROM hack.
It's probably illegal, but I think they're all legal technically, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing on the side, which I'm enjoying. I'm doing it with no calcs. Like, a lot of people use calculators to do it, like online calculators. So I'm not using calculators, so it's very hard. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
What's it called?
This one is Pokemon Unknown. So it's also uses a randomizer.
I think I've seen something about this.
So it uses a randomizer as well. So like the encounters are scaled. So you're not going to like some randomizers, you could run into Raikou like on Route 1. So it's not like that, right? Like, it's generalized weaker stuff that builds up into stronger stuff. The gyms are hard as fuck. And then, of course, like Nuzlocke, you only catch the first one in each route. And if a Pokemon dies, it's dead. So I've lost 4 soldiers already. And I'm about to fight Misty. And I'm probably going to wipe on Misty, but I'm into it. It's fun. I did dig up. I'm very salty about this. I dug up some games the other day. I dug up some Pokemon games, and my Game Boy Advance is fried. Does not work. Devastating. I mean, it's only 20 years old. It's definitely more than 20 years old. So now I'm on the hunt for an SP. If any shitters want to sell me an SP. What's that now?
What games were just?
I had blue, yellow, and gold.
Damn it!
I wish I had a red.
I'm just shy the gold, or my gold's at my mom's.
Dude, if any shitters want to sell me an SP, I'm very much looking for one. I want one very badly, but I'm trying not to pay like, $100 for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you can find one.
I know, I'm trying. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I've been doing that. It's super fun. I'm into it. It's got like up through Gen 9 Pokemon. So
damn.
Yeah.
That keeps it fresh.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Misty.
I'm gonna lose to Misty probably.
Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about that in following days.
I'll probably bitch to you about it by tomorrow when I lose to her. Like I did my rival fight today on the Nugget Bridge, I think it's called, where in Cerulean City. It took me 35 minutes. It was a 35-minute fight. That's what I did for my lunch today. So it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's fun to play that way where you're just playing much more strategic when you're worried about anything dying at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why I like Fire Emblem so much. It's just like one of these motherfuckers might die for good here.
Okay. I didn't know that was a part of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, you can choose to play some version, but like it lets you choose. You can be like, nope, I want to play normal permadeath.
Yeah.
It just really makes you want to try harder.
Well, so
or just go back to your last save.
So I've done this. So this is what's good. So I've tried to Nuzlocke a different game, but inevitably it's very hard when you're like halfway through the game and you lose your best Pokemon to not cheat. It's very hard. What I like about this one is you can set it on Nuzlocke from the beginning where it will not let you heal your Pokemon if they die. So I can't cheat, which I appreciate.
Jesus. Well,
anyway, what else got going on? God, I watched Mickey 17 a long time ago.
I also watched Mickey 17 a long time ago, and we're gonna work our way through it as best as we can, as if we just watched it yesterday, I suppose. Mickey 17. Jake, I would love for you to give the basic plot to the shitters of Mickey 17, and then we'll dive into it.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in the actual linear sense. I don't know if this is how it's presented in the film.
Sure.
But the story is Robert Pattinson is on Earth. He gets into debt with some loan sharks. As a result, he and his partner in that join a colony that is going to go, terraform and inhabit a new world. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
the
long and short of it.
And that's the very short of it. In that, this colony is run by, it's more of a cult, really, than a colony. Run by a cult leader, which is Mark Ruffalo.
Potato, tomato. Am I right?
You got it. Which is Mark Ruffalo. And Mickey, who is Robert Pattinson, joins as a very, I forget what the term is called, but it's a very disposable role that nobody else wants. But it's the only thing he can get to join the group to get away from these loan sharks. I forget what he's called in it.
Yeah, that's man, which is an important term. Yeah, look that up real quick.
I want to say disposable, but it's not that.
That sounds on the bench.
He's an expendable. Expendable.
And
his role, what an expendable is somebody who does extremely dangerous tasks, with the intent of dying, and then they can reprint that person over and over and over and over again.
Over and over and over, yeah.
Yes.
As if they experience death and are reborn immediately. Yes. And I mean, I'll say this, his deaths throughout it, no spoiler there because it's called Mickey 17. You can assume by the base of the premise that he's 17. They're all possibly a little different.
I think that's true. I think that's said. Yeah. I don't know that this is a movie that you can really spoil. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. What do you think about it? I really liked it. I know that I think I liked it because I had no expectations going into it.
Yes,
I think that was part of it. Because it's not, listen, it's a sci-fi movie, but it's not sci-fi like big action adventure. It's sci-fi like trying to make you think about the world, you know?
In a odd melodramatic way.
For sure. But Robert Pattinson is odd melodramatic. Those are most of his projects, right?
For sure. I think the performances in this movie really good. Like the fact Robert Pattinson is the things he can do with his voice and the things he can do, just impressive.
I think he's a very impressive actor.
I just wanted it to be in a better movie. Yeah, oh for sure. He's great. He's absolutely great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I saw the trailer for it, and the trailer had gotten me so... I had this image of the movie from the trailer in my head, and then the movie was so vastly different that it just like caught me off guard. I don't know. I just had a different idea of what I thought the movie was going to be. I still liked the movie for what it was, but I was just like, oh, that wasn't like what I thought this was going to be, I guess.
Yeah. I think I liked it
deeper into that, but
I think I liked it so much just because I find a lot of movies fucking boring because I think they're all the same. So I'm happy when I watch something that I'm like, okay, this is different and holding my attention. There's good acting. It's different and holding my attention.
It still is different. It's
very different.
So like the idea, it's very fresh. It's just what they do with it. I don't really find compelling by the end. I'm just like, oh yeah, they just got to fight all these mole monster fucking things.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It devolves. I don't know. It devolves. I will agree with that.
That the end doesn't this movie up.
That the end is, like the middle, 75% of the way through the movie is the best part of the movie. It's just like Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
But yes, I will agree with that. That the ending is that, and I think that happens though in a lot of these sci-fi films that are trying to make a point that the last quarter of the movie has to be like a big action scene where I don't know that I understand why they felt the need to do that because that's what movies do, but I don't know that it really fits hits in the way that I gave a shit about. Like I didn't give a shit what happened in that scene. Yes, no. I will agree with that 100%.
I guess all I cared most was like which Mickey's gonna die and which Mickey's gonna live.
But you kind of know.
He becomes a duplicate or something.
But you kind of know which one's going to live. And yeah, I guess that's very predictable at that point as well. That you're like, yeah, you know what's going to happen here to an extent, right?
And it does.
But I really think that like the middle of that movie is very, very, very good. I actually really liked it. The only thing that I think is disappointing beyond what we've just said is that this director is the guy who made Parasite.
Right. I've seen that. Top
5 or 10 movie I've ever seen. I love it so much. I think it's that good.
It's
Best Picture winner.
It's unique.
I think it's that good. I think it's so good.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know what I was in for when I watched it the whole way through.
Parasite?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was a movie. It was certainly a film. It was all over the place.
I very rarely watch a movie twice. I've seen that one like 5 or 6 times. I love it. I really love it. But this obviously does not live up to that. I don't think anybody would claim it does.
No, and it should. It didn't need to be, I guess.
It didn't need to be. I totally agree. You've made a very good point about the ending and the action scene not hitting in the way that it.
There's also like a fake out dream ending twist at the end where like they make you think something crazy's about to happen. It's just like that was just a dream, and it was like
unnecessary.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
and you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing. I don't think this a lot, but I know this movie. It's actually based on a book.
Okay.
And I would say just watching the movie, I just looked at it and I was like, I don't know why, but I could see that I'd like this a whole lot better as a book. Like,
maybe
I can see this makes a better read than what a book's flow is a little different than a movie's flow. So I just, a lot of it, knowing that it was a book, I was just kind of like, I can see
I didn't
why.
know that.
Yeah. I think the book is called like Mickey
7. Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm not going to read the book to find out.
I would probably agree with you for that end portion. I really do think, I thought once he is up there in space, and you know what's happening, up until the first climax of the movie where, spoilers, where Mickey 18 shoots at Mark Ruffalo, I think from the point of what you know what's happening in space and he's starting to be printed and he's forming the relationships, up until that point, that little section of movie is really, really, really good. I was really into it. I thought I was watching with Tori being like, man, this is great. I'm really enjoying this. It's very different. It's unique. Mm-hmm. Robert Pattinson is doing fabulous. And then after that is where, it kind of lost me. And
here's the thing. Everything that is that first third of the movie was in the preview. So, like, that's where...
Okay, so that's the difference, right? I didn't see
that's probably I had an idea of, like, this shit. All of it was new for you from the second you press play.
I didn't see any... I didn't know what the movie was about at all.
And I think that part is what intrigued me. And then it's just what they did with it didn't really go. The trailer, you check out the trailer. It made it look like an insane movie. It made it look like there was lots of Robert Pattinsons. Like, well, I don't know.
I have a theory about trailers in general. I never watch them, ever. I try not to watch them.
That's not a theory. That's a way of life.
A theory that you shouldn't watch them because they either A, show too much.
Your brain.
They show too much. Right? Like, I think they spoil plots to try to get people to the theater. I've felt this way forever. Or, they do like this, where it's misleading and it, changed the way you view the movie. And, even the Project Hail Mary trailer that I think is cool, I think it showed too much. So, I have a theory about trailers being improperly done these days in general. I think usually less is more with trailers. But, I don't know. I liked it. I'm happy I watched it. Would I recommend it to people? It would be very specific people. I'd have to recommend it to very specific people that want to watch a movie and say, that made me think, and Robert Pattinson is a great actor. He is. I mean, that's like the big takeaway from the movie for me. But is that he's a great actor.
Than that, though, it's not a must-see movie. I'd put that out there. Not a must-see. But if you catch it, I don't know.
Definitely not.
It might work as like in a couple years. It's on I don't know, FX or something, and it's on there with commercials. Watch it. Check it out.
Yeah. The more we're talking about it, I don't know who I'd recommend it to watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. But Robert Pattinson's great.
But it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie. It's just not like...
It's not doing anything different.
It's kind of like
if you want a fun little watch.
Sure. I don't know. It's kind of depressing at different points, too. So
I watched it in 2 sittings.
Oh, that's tough.
My internet gave out at one point, so we just couldn't watch it the one night, and then we had to start the next night.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Yeah.
But I was fine with it. Like, by the time that the internet gave out, I was like, I wasn't super into this anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Mostly the big disappointment for me is I think that director is great. So it's kind of...
Everybody has a bad day at work.
I'm guessing it had a decent budget too, given who the director is, but I don't know. So yeah. Budget 118 million, box office 131.2 million. I don't know that they would consider that successful.
I don't think so.
$14 million. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's too bad. But it's there. It's in the ethos. People can watch it.
It's probably a good movie for
HBO Max as of today.
It's probably a great movie for film snobs. I'm guessing. I'm sure that they would like it more than I did, but I did like it.
I wonder what the people who read the book think. They're like, "Is this a good interpretation of the book?"
I've never heard of the book.
Does it make for a better book?
Yeah, I've just never heard of the book, which is interesting.
Has Robert Pattinson even read the damn book? Let's get. Hey, can we book? Hey, can we book?
Hey, get the
Robert
booker.
Pattinson?
We want. Yeah, let's get the booker. You know what? I'll get to work on it. I guess
the show.
I'll take my job as the booker. I'll reach out to yeah.
Trick him. Become his lawyer for some reason.
Pattinson?
Then,
yeah, I don't think I'm Pattinson's lawyer. They writing the reception, this guy compared it to Andy Weir's The Martian. Certainly not anything like that in my opinion. John Scalzi's Old Man's War, which I do want to read. It's on my list, and I don't know how it has anything to do with that. And then another book I've never heard of. So, interesting. Yeah, interesting. I guess it was nominated as one of the best science fiction books by Goodreads of 2022. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. Well, interesting. Also, really interesting when they what's weird to me is they turned it around that fast. The book came out in 2022. The movie came out like last year, right? So they started production on it like immediately.
Guess so.
That's kind of odd. I usually think that's not a good idea either.
Sometimes I don't think there's a huge gap between when the Fight Club book came out and Fight Club came out.
Yeah, there's not a huge gap for The Martian and for Project Hail Mary either. But but those books are like,
makes you wonder.
Fight Club was also a gigantic book. I mean, and he was also he's a big author
in popularity.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like in
I was
popularity,
like, that book is like this.
The
big.
author's very popular. He was popular already. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Good, not great. Let's go with that.
Good, not great.
Can we settle there?
That's most movies, honestly.
I would agree. I was again I was interested by it, having not seen the trailer for like the middle of the movie, but the end is kind of ass.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, it's a piece of art. It is a piece of art. I'll give it that much.
Yeah. All right.
More.
Talk to me about our anime.
All right. I have fucking razzle-dee-dazzle-dee-dooed this show on this podcast here and there with people. I brought it up. I said some things here and there. Tonight we are officially reviewing season 1 and episode 1 of season 2 on this podcast. And I am so excited to deep dive because this is a new one for me. This one came out last fall or something like that. So it's very new. And me and Miranda fell in love with this series immediately. From episode 1, we were like, yeah, this was weird. We're in. And then it just got better and better and better. And then there was an episode that made us cry out of fucking nowhere. It's so good. That show is Don Don. I don't think I've dropped the name yet. Don Don. Season 1 of this fantastic little show that I'm so glad I got you to watch as well, and that you liked it. You liked it.
I did like it. I didn't fall in love with it quite as immediately. I think it was like the 3rd episode that I watched, like the first couple, and I was like, okay. Then I watched the 3rd one, and all of a sudden I was on episode 8. You know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah.
Like,
Isn't that how good anime is sometimes?
That is how good anime is.
Yeah. It is
hard. I have
hard.
A close friend at home that fucking loves it. He's been telling me to watch it since it came out. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Dude,
it's really good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think if you just like anime, you're going to like it. You know, like I think that's pretty easy. Like anybody who likes anime, like a shonen anime, you will like this.
I think so. I think if you're into this genre, it's pretty good all around. It literally
feels like they sat down and said, okay, what do we need to put into a show that will get shonen type people into it? And they just made the mold, and it works. When it works, it's good.
Yeah. I remember, so when before it was an anime, I remember hearing about it in just like the, newer modern manga conversation. And I had heard the premise of like the one kid believes in ghosts, one kid believes in aliens thing. And I was like, that sounds so unique. Yeah. And I never looked into the manga. I was just like, that sounds interesting. I'll see when that thing comes out as an anime. So when it did, I was like, I'm going to check this out. And I mean, it just, dude, I come from a land down under. No, I'm just kidding. I come from this era of like remembering my first experiences with true anime being like, I'm rather young. I'm like 11 years old. And there is just this out there shit on television in a fantastical sort of way. You ever see Fully Cooley?
No.
It's one of those ones that was on Adult Swim like a long time. It's so uniquely out there by premise and animated beautifully, like Japanese anime be doing.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite ways to be introduced into this like crazy little mold that is the anime universe. What do you love most about it, though, Jake? Well, give me some of your favorite things about Dandadan.
I think they do. I think in an anime, it's like, what do I need? I am somebody that still needs the characters. Like in any story, I have to care about the characters. And they managed to make me do that without taking it too seriously. Like, this is a fun anime, right? Like, it's not, I don't think it's something that you're going to see as like at times, Naruto, when I was watching it, it's very dramatic, Naruto. It's fun, of course, but it's also very dramatic at times. This is not that. It's just like, of course, there's some dramatic stuff going on, but it's fun. It's lighthearted, but I do care about the characters, and you're like rooting for them, and you want them to win, right? But the action scenes are really good too, and I think the animation's great on it. I think it's fun, and when I had heard, so I had the same.
It's pretty to look at.
It's very pretty to look at. It's very pretty to look at, and I had the same thing where my friend from home that watches more anime than both of us, that's all he watches is anime. He had recommended this to me, and he gave me the same spiel. One likes Ghost, one likes Aliens. And I'm like, okay, I need more than that, right? So that's why the first couple episodes, I was like, okay, I sure, this is fun, but and then as the, I don't know, the relationships develop between, is his name Momo? Is that his name?
Her name is Momo.
Her name's what's his name? Why is it not coming? Okuran. Yeah, as their relationship starts to develop, and like, yeah. I don't know. I loved it. I got really into it. I don't know. I started rooting for them. I just loved it.
The romantic plot is so. It's tangible.
I think that's what I'm the most in. I think that's what I'm the most into.
It's so relatable.
I think it's what I'm the most into it over. Is that embarrassing to say? But that's the truth. That is the
does
plot
it so
of those,
well.
The romantic plot of those two is what I'm the most into of this story.
Yeah. And there's some really cool other shit going on around that.
It's
that's
super
also
fun.
good.
It's a fun show. It's a very fun show, but that is what I'm the most like, I need more of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I tell people they need to watch past the first, because the first episode you could either take it or like it's pretty wild. The first episode,
it's the first
that's
couple
what I
episodes
liked
are
about
fucking
it.
nuts. They're like bananas. Yeah, I watched it. I watched the first
really
2 episodes.
slowed
And I was
down.
like, what is this? Yeah,
ludicrous shit.
Yeah.
So I like the ability system in this world, like the power, like the way that certain ghosts or curses can affect and become part of their powers. Like, that's sick.
Yeah.
And Momo just has like her own spiritual power. Like, God, and then there's the alien powers. Like, dude, it's
pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good as far as animes go.
Yeah. I think my text to you was, dude, this fucking rocks.
Right. Yeah.
I think that was my
something
exact
like
text.
that. And I was driving the van. I remember looking at him and being like, you're fucking damn right. I was like, I'm gonna watch an episode or two today. it was good to rewatch too. Like I hadn't watched it again since we had watched it originally, so it was nice going back through it. I was like, this show is just written so funny. Like some of it's I don't know if we've dropped that. It's hilarious. It's funny.
That's what I'm saying. It's lighthearted. That's what I'm trying to say.
Comedy, I feel like above all else, and yet it's still this good.
Yeah, and it's that like I think something that is this is a deeper tangent of like what is lost today is the like teen comedy, you know, like the teen comedy is
ruining
lost.
Everything.
Well, no, I'm saying everything is made for adults now, or for like little kids. It's like Bluey or for adults, and this I think fits into that teen comedy world Bluey's with their adults, relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like their relationship is teen comedy. It's fucking funny, like the scenes where you know Okaru is under Gigi.
Sure.
Is that her name? That's like the funniest shit. I think that's her. Yeah, like stuff like that. I think
Ira. Gigi's the guy.
The new guy at the end of the first season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. It is funny. It's good. I don't know that I'm giving it my fullest thoughts on it, but I think it's really good, and I'm gonna keep watching it. And I thought the second season started off good where I wanted it to.
Yeah, dude.
Do you agree with that?
I do. I really like the first episode. Here's the thing. I think at the beginning of June, they had put the first 3 episodes of season 2 in theaters and people could go.
Oh.
And I was gonna, and then I forgot. And I was like, and I was hoping they would just drop all 3 episodes. But one at a time's fine. Yeah. But like I heard the 3 together are pretty good. But as a first episode, right back where we left off. Right back where
we were. Like we didn't miss a beat.
And more, you know, it does what anime does. It presents the, you know, daytime soap opera storyline of like, ooh, there's a snake monster under the house.
Yeah.
Or a big fucking worm thing.
Guy.
And like I thought those people we're jumping all over the place with this show, but I thought those people in the newest episode were like aliens because they were like gray and weird looking, and they still might fucking be. I don't know, but them, that whole dynamic for one episode was just so interesting.
Yeah.
And funny, and then they just get fucking eaten by that worm, and I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck was all of that about? What is going on in this town?
It's fucking wild.
It is fucking wild.
It is wild. But it's fun. I don't know. It's just fun. I needed fun.
Well, that's the thing. The music's good. The animation, it does everything on all cylinders. And it's hitting them. It's hitting every fucking check mark.
Yeah. It genuinely, I told this to my friend the other day when I was with him, the anime guy.
Mm-hmm. Anime guy.
I apologize. I have to go make sure my cat didn't just break into my bedroom. I know. What the fuck's going on out here?
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. You think I have children, for God's sake? Make sure to leave that part in. My cat the other day broke into my bedroom, proceeded to rip up all of my carpet and then throw up on my pillow. Anyway, so... I said at the beginning of this, it feels like they sat down and said, let's make sure we check every box for what any shonen anime fan would like. Let's do that. And then also make it weird as shit. So it's different, you know? And they did it. They fucking nailed it. Everything that you could like about anime is
very different. Yeah.
And it's very different. I mean, that's important for me.
There are episodes that are just predominantly funny. Then there are episodes that are predominantly like emotional.
Dude, which episode made you cry?
It's that one where it does the backstory on the ghost that possesses Ira and like the mom with her kid.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
I was just saying it wasn't dramatic.
I kind of did too until I watched it again. I
forgot about that episode.
Was fucking nuts. Yeah,
that was sad.
That was insane. And then that's like how she got her powers. And it was like such a good like 2-episode little story arc, character development arc on this like bitch of a character now that is like still kind of a bitch, but we like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That episode certainly made us cry here at this household.
Yes. That episode is rated a 9.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
That was an episode that after I watched it, I was like, people are talking about this, yes, and they were, and I was like, good. This is good.
It is good.
unheardedly good.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that episode. God,
I
because
don't read the manga.
It's different. It's a little bit different than the rest of the show.
It is. That's the thing. Each arc is very unique.
It kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry has the one episode that is like, you know, very emotional, pulls the strings. Kind of reminded me of that. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah. Man, is it good though. God,
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it a lot. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're recording. This episode actually is going to drop of our podcast though. Episode 2 is going to be out, but you'll hear our further thoughts on
we'll
season
keep talking
2.
about it.
This is mostly like a season 1 thoughts anyway.
I know. I feel like I kind of forget what happens because I genuinely, like I said, I watched like the first 2
whole
episodes.
Ride
well, I watched the first 2 episodes one night, went to sleep. The next day, I watched 3 through 9 or 3 through 10 in one sitting. Like, I just didn't do anything else. I just sat and watched all those episodes right in a row.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I like it. I don't do that very often.
This is the first time
either.
that I really like binged it because when it came out, we just watched it every week as it came out.
I think that's better.
It was fun to binge it. It is fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, like, and it helps you like remember what's happening in a more segmented way. Like, that's my thing is I'm struggling to remember everything that happens because it's all like a big clump. Yeah.
Well,
the grandma's funny.
Oh my god.
Turbo Granny's funny. The actual grandma's funny. They're both funny.
Yes. Unique little characters. Everything they're doing with the Turbo Granny like cat thing is like, what is this? This is anime is
or the fact that a main plot line is trying to get this poor boy's golden testicles back.
His dick and his balls are like the main like thing for these first couple parts. I imagine we'll move past that, but like still,
maybe.
What a great starting point,
dude! And I think it's so fucking funny that like, and it's all very weird. Like, even as I'm describing it, I can't imagine. I haven't told Tori anything about it because it's one of these things, and I'm like, you kind of just have to watch it. But
I agree.
I think it's so damn funny when he transforms into like his demon self and he just turns into like apathetic and being like, whatever. Like, he's strong as shit and really powerful and he's just like, okay.
Like, Momo, babe, calm down. Oh, Messiah say. Yeah, that little...
That's
fun,
really funny.
You know, that fucking
you did that so perfectly.
Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Oh,
you did that so perfectly that's what he does. Oh, Miss Odyssey! When he's normal out there. And then he has, I remember the exact same where he goes, Momo, babe, calm down. That's exactly what he does. That's so good. That was good.
I dig it. And here's the thing, like, I think it's the same voice actor. I might have to check, but the range that guy has is so funny.
Oh my God.
And well done. And
that's so funny.
It's such a fun transformation in like battle system that like I will believe anything they'd pull out of their ass for these characters to do because it's like ghost mumbo jumbo, bam, fast, speed, arm hands,
and they do good with not abusing it too.
Monster.
They don't make them overly powered either when he gets into his mode. I don't know. It's good.
No, yeah.
That's why I would believe anything at this point is because they haven't abused it, you know?
Yeah. I feel like right where we're getting in season 2, I feel like we're getting like this is a big, I feel like we're like on the Zabuza arc. Like this is something big. Like we've yet to reach that just yet. Like big villain wise.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I think
big
that's where we're heading.
Villain. Yes.
I think that's where we're heading right now, and I'm interested.
Yeah, and I love a show that makes me hate the new guy involved. Where I'm like, get this fucker out of here from my boy.
But you know what? You know that both of them love, like, it's like these tasks are in the way to feed on the other's insecurity about the situation. But the person doesn't care. He doesn't like Ira. She doesn't like what's-his-face. They like each other. Oh, what the hell?
It's great.
It's what we're here for. It's what we're here for.
It is good. It's really good.
It's got that Inuyasha Kagome, but in its own unique way.
Yeah, this is definitely one that I'd recommend to anybody that likes anime.
Yeah.
That's an impressive thing, though, right? That's an impressive thing, that if you're like, hey, I like anime,
There's only a couple anime that I would just recommend to anyone, and that's one. But the tough thing is, I think for people who don't know about anime, I really think that first episode could weird them the fuck out.
Oh, I'm saying aliens, you have to. So for me, you already have to like Momo. Anime. I have to know that you're open-minded enough to like anime in the first place, such that you're like, yeah, I'll ride this wave, because it is weird. But
it is weird, but you are rewarded for it
for sure
as it continues on. Yeah,
for sure.
I don't say this often, and I don't even mean this entirely. It's not quite there yet. But Demon Slayer in my life is the closest thing in like the anime, even though I'm into so much modern anime and manga, and I like a lot of them. None has like connected like Naruto had me as a teenager, such as Demon Slayer has me. And they're very similar in a lot of ways, and that's a whole other topic for a whole nother day. This has got me. It's not there yet, but I'm really into this in that kind of way again.
That's awesome.
And I like feeling that.
What a
way.
time to be alive, then.
A lot, yeah. I hope it maintains quality, and I hope it.
It seems like we're on the way.
Yeah, there's 200 something chapters, so I imagine they've got a lot to work with for a continuing series. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's not there yet, but it's in the conversation of like.
I'm just excited to have a show to watch every Thursday now. Like when it comes out, I'm gonna be watching it every Thursday.
I think it's on for like 12 weeks. I think we're getting like a 12-week season.
That rocks.
Again.
That rocks.
Yeah, it's fun. Before I forget, before we move on, I don't even know how we waited this long to talk about it. How fucking rad is that theme song? How much do you love the opening theme?
Okay, here we go. I have my one complaint.
You don't like the theme song?
The theme song changed in season 2.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's my complaint. Because that is what made me... Tori woke up one day for work and was really tired last week. And I'm not very good at this. I was in her face the second she woke up going, dun, da, dun, da, dun, 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 da, dun, da, dun, da, dun. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, dun, da, dun, da, dun, 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 da, dun. It was stuck in my head all week. It was my only disappointment about season 2. And honest to God, I'm a big theme song person. This is a thing of mine.
Sure. A good theme song really makes or breaks it.
It does matter. So like last week when I binged all those episodes, the theme song helped me binge because I'm going dun 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 dun, and then new theme song that fucked me up. That's my one complaint, is that the theme song was literally
I should have warned you.
The theme song was literally perfect. Why would you do this?
They do it all the time though. I knew this was coming.
I felt this way too about some of the Attack on Titan theme songs.
Yeah.
But God, the theme song for season 1 was literally perfect.
Here's the thing. The new one is it's fine. It's so generic though, it's just fine.
Yeah, but that's not gonna work for me. When you went from a 10 to a 5.
An absolute 10, dude.
But the season 1 theme song fucking rocks.
We decided
it's one of the best parts of the show.
We're gonna play that theme song before every episode anyway, because it's that good. The video, the music, like it starts so it's just like the show. It starts so strange and then it just becomes this bop. I play it on my ride to work often. It's a great song.
It's really good. Yes. It's funny. It's like my number one thing. I only have one complaint about this show when I knew we were going to talk about it. It is that season 2 doesn't use the theme song.
Correct.
Man, is it good. And I'm a sucker for a good theme song.
It's one of those, it's like coffee getting out of bed. It's like you already need to do this one thing, watch the show. Thank God it starts with this absolute jam like coffee.
Banger.
Fuck. That's what like got us like I was like, well, we gotta listen to that theme song. We might as well watch the new episode.
Yeah.
And you're rewarded because it's a great fucking television show.
Dun. Yeah, it rocks. Yeah, I really was like, Tori had worked multiple days in a row and had no sleep, and I was in her face doing that. Because I was
never seen it. No fucking
That's
clue.
No context. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I love doing that. It's one of my favorite little things to do.
Oh God, is it good though?
Quote anime that I'm just watching to Miranda, so she's like, huh? She knows it's anime, but she's like, I don't know that one.
Yeah,
like, theme song, this thing
fucking rocks. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a very important point for me.
We had such an open, and you were like, anything you want me to watch? And I was like, I don't really know. And I remembered exactly when season 2 was coming out. I was like, we could line this up real nice. So I was like, bro, watch this show, and you fucking did the work.
Dude, I'm just a canvas. I'm like, just tell me what you want me to watch. I'm here for it.
And I always hope that you like it, and I'm glad you like this one.
Yeah, I did like this one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep watching it.
They're rare.
Same.
Expect more. We'll probably do a season 2 follow-up to this, but...
Yeah, we'll wait.
And I mean, we didn't even touch on... I'm just going to do a quick touch on just these little points. The crab shrimp dude that blood was milk, so he had to take the cow back to save his kid.
Yeah.
His sad backstory after we fought this guy for an episode.
Yeah.
So good.
So
good.
Weird and random and good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very unique.
On the tail end of already something really good.
Yeah.
The scene where they come back from the water plane and Momo and Ogurun are just naked basically on top of each other in the hallway at school. Like, it's just bing bang boom. It's really good. Chitters, anybody out there, if you're not watching Dandadan, get on it because
it rocks.
Quality anime.
It rocks.
It's interesting. It's unique. I like it. That's what the Japanese do for me. All right.
God bless them for it.
God bless them for him. Jake, I saw a movie last night.
I know. I'm jealous.
I know. But that's okay. I'm not going to spoil it, but I am going to talk it. I'm going to talk about it.
You talk about it.
So... this was the movie that I was most excited to see this year. This was my number 1 must-see movie. Superman, dude. I love that guy. I love Superman. And I was kind of late into the loving of the Superman game in my life. But once I got the taste for what that guy was about, the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm so much more about that guy.
Yeah, I've never been a Superman fan, so...
Superman is the dude. And this fucking movie really, really makes him the dude. I mean, dude. I was so happy with this movie. So you texted me, you wanted some sort of spoiler-free review. Something. So
I said a blurb.
This is what came to my mind because I was living it when I thought the answer is because I had been shit grinning like a fool when the credits finally rolled. And I couldn't remember when that had started. Maybe 45 minutes before that, a grin had come onto my face. And it never stopped, and I had such a great time with this movie, dude. So here's the thing. Mickey 17, a movie that not what I expected it to be, and I didn't like it for it. This movie, not what I expected it to be, and I really, really, really enjoyed it for it. It gave me that same kind of energy that Sinners kind of gave me as I watched that.
Oh, what?
But on like a superhero movie type of series or movie.
Okay.
I don't even know where to begin, man.
Okay, can I ask some questions?
Sure.
How about that to start?
Yeah.
I've heard... number one thing I've heard is that the casting is perfect for Superman and for Lois Lane. That is the number one thing I've heard, is that they are perfect in this movie.
Yeah, I would have said that.
What do you think about that?
Before you even said just those two people, I was like, yeah, the entire casting for this movie is perfect.
Okay, that's the number one thing I'm hearing.
Oh my god. Like, these people are the characters, to the point where like some of these characters are such comic book caricature versions of themselves, but it's so well done that you just roll with it, because the universe this movie takes place in is just so you're going to hear this a lot, and I'm going to try to get into my own interpretation of what this means. But it is so just like comic bookiness.
Okay.
In a movie. Like I see only once in a while, when they really, really decide we're going to dive into what makes comic books, the weird things they are, and put them in these fucking movies. And they're just better for it.
Which
like
maybe is, I think, is perfectly described as the opposite of what they've done with every Superman movie in my lifetime.
Yeah, perhaps, maybe.
Because I have not liked any of them. I think they're all too serious. I don't think that...
You're going to like this.
That's what I've heard.
That this movie world is set in is so...
James Gunn.
It's so bright. And lived in, that it just makes the story they're telling, it's almost kind of simple, sort of, but impactful in its simpleness. I don't know how else to describe that without getting too into details. My God, dude, it's funny. There's humor in this that is just so hysterical. There's meta commentary that is just, I cracked up. There was multiple times I was cracking up out loud in the theater.
Really?
Genuinely. And it's like, is it a little comic booky humor? Yes, but different than like how Marvel does it. And I don't know. There was one point something happened. If I would have had liquid in my mouth, I would have done a spit take, because I immediately, I just did that without anything in my mouth. It was so funny, but also serious,
So the thing I'm hearing
but never too serious.
The other thing I'm hearing, I think Superman is really boring, because maybe that's what I'm trying to get at, and like that it's serious and he's boring. And in this one, I'm hearing he's like much more of an emotional character. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not there. He's more dynamic, maybe relatable, but
yeah. I would say that they make him...
This is what I'm reading.
So the interesting thing is, when I think of this movie, you don't get him as Clark too much at all. He is Superman pretty much the whole movie. So,
is that right?
It's one of those things where it's like, is he Clark or is he Superman, or is he a mix of both? You're with that kind of mix of... He's in his costume practically the whole fucking movie.
Is he?
And you're there for it, because it's a Superman movie. And that's what I mean. This movie, it just throws you in. It's so it starts. I'm going to give this away. I'm going to give this away just a little. But like it was a movie that started, and it did like setting the tone with like a blurb.
I'm all for that, by the way.
Yeah, sometimes those can be bad.
But when it works, I think it really works, because you drop right into the film.
So well, because if it
works, you're in the film.
They made it informational. You learn things. You got the setup for this world like a comic book would do, and then it was like, here's a funny thing, and it was like actually good, and then that's how the movie started. And right away, you're in the end of a battle that Superman is currently in, and it's a 2-hour movie. It's crisp, and he is just doing shit the whole time. And what I loved most about this movie, dude, without giving too much away, they implement Superman being Superman for who he is as a person and how he heroes was more important than him like kicking bad guys' asses. So
That's
what
I'm talking about.
You see a lot of him rescuing shit, saving people's lives, going out of the way, not understanding why some superheroes want to kill certain things, and he's just like, no, we got to find another way. Like, he's fucking too good. They make, some of the other superheroes make jokes about it. It's actually funny, but like, he's saving lives, man. There's this part where they take a second to show us him save a squirrel, and you're like, that's my fucking guy.
Dude,
but because of that,
nailed a great point. You nailed a great point that makes me want to see it.
Yeah.
That it's more not just him like kicking ass.
Well, that's the thing. Because you've watched him save people the whole movie, when it's ass kicking time,
Yeah.
Holy shit, the payoff for it. It's like Godzilla.
I love that.
Shooting a big atomic breath at the end of a movie.
But that's what it has to be, right? Because he's Superman, because he can just annihilate things. But if you make it so that you actually get a payoff from him, that you're believable,
oh my God.
that rocks.
There's believable enemies in the movie that go toe-to-toe with him the whole time in this movie.
I love that.
It's pretty nonstop. Like,
oh, you're getting me excited.
The emotional parts. Oh my God, dude. The final scene, the ending scene, I teared up, but with a smile on my face. It
got you to tear up. I love that.
Yeah, dude. It's this one of Miranda's chef's kiss. Every time she sees a movie that she finds like phenomenal, like really good,
it gets the chef's kiss.
It gets the chef's kiss, and Miranda gave it a chef's kiss, and I was like, I think it's worthy of one of your chef's kiss.
Oh man, you're making me excited to go see it. I have to find time. I don't have any. Yeah. Shit, this sounds good. Maybe tomorrow. Sunday. Maybe Sunday. I have some family stuff, but dude, I think that when done right, I can only go off of what you're giving me so far. So please feel free to take over. I think when done right, the blurb to drop in is, and like a movie like this in a comic book movie, it's so perfect because you're like, I don't need the setup. I think it's really good for the setting. We know what Superman is. We know like what, we don't need all this crazy setup. Give me the blurb, drop me into the film. Let's get rocking and rolling.
And you do.
That's awesome.
And that's what I think when people say like it's a very comic book movie. Yes, the things in it it's a fantasy movie. It's fantastical a lot of times, and you just go, yeah, like one of these comic books. Like, yeah, the premise of Superman is pretty science fiction. So yeah, we're just rolling with it.
Yeah.
And it's the first movie into this universe, and they're just like, you and this movie are just coming into the middle of all this nonsense.
Love that.
And it's a very, very feels like a lived in, because they kind of set up that like superheroes have been around for like hundreds of years on Earth at this point.
Okay.
So, there's battles happening in cities, and people are just like, there's a really funny fucking scene where there's a fight going on in the background and there's a serious conversation happening. And the way that just melds together is so interesting. And it makes it feel like when you read a panel in a comic book of just like background superheroes doing shit, but it's in this movie.
This sounds like perfectly James Gunn, like something that he was the perfect guy to do this.
I agree. I
don't want to suck him off too much, but he sounds like the perfect guy to do this. Because it sounds expansive as well. It seems like it took some vision to do this. Sounds like it took some vision to do this. And I don't think a lot of people that are making these movies have that kind of vision. But
the little Easter eggs they drop into the movie itself to even set up their, ongoing universe that they plan on doing. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the same thing I already love, but a new flavor of it. I think I've heard people call it a different flavor. And I'm enjoying it.
But I think Superman needed a different flavor. Those movies haven't worked. They just haven't.
Yeah.
And whether individuals like them or not, as a whole, it clearly hasn't worked. It's not stuck. They're not making money, and they're not making new ones. So you had to try to do something different.
And Superman's one of the best. He is literally the guy. And you know what? I'll even give you this. There's a plot line in this movie where Superman, who has been Supermaning for years at this point, kind of has a crisis of conscience. He finds something out about himself that he has to deal with. Like, I don't want to give it away or anything, but it's like, it's this real emotional journey to see like what makes Superman.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
That's cool.
Loved it. Dude,
I'm into that.
Oh my God. Mom, Pa, Ken. Like I said, every actor playing every character nails their role 10 out of 10. There are side plot lines. I mean, the guy that plays Perry White is just fucking him out of the comic books. Like, full character. And it worked. And it worked. Yeah. It works so well. Action scenes are good. Emotional scenes are good. Edgy see. Go see it in a theater that has some bomb-ass fucking speakers. That's what we saw it in. Big-ass Big D screen, and it was such a good time. It was such a good time. And I've been thinking about it all day. I've been thinking about it all day. It's just the color, the way they do the effects. I saw some people kind of complaining about the CGI. I was not bothered by it. I thought it worked very well for the things that were in this movie.
Maybe I'll go see it on Sunday by myself.
I say absolutely. Gotta check this movie out, man. It's doing Superman, the man I love. His goddamn
It just sounds like it's just different. I guess what I'm trying to get across, maybe serious isn't the right word. When I think of other Superman movies, I just think of like, he's Superman and he's got all these powers and here's what he does. And I'm just so turned off by it. You know, I'm so uninterested. Yeah. This sounds different. This sounds very different than those movies.
It was, that's the thing. It's very different. It gave me that, like, I love when comic book movies, because there are a number of comic movies that do the comic book, that dive into the weirdness of the comic book and make a great film for me personally because of that. That's this movie that we're talking about. Superman is definitely on this level, but I'm going to say, like a movie like Logan, when Logan came out, like how just like they just threw you into this like post-apocalyptic X-Men world.
Don't compare it to that movie without ensuring that you're, I mean, that's a movie, buddy.
It's on that level. It's on that level of
that's a favorite of
comic bookiness.
But that's what it should be. Just like everything else, is like they nailed it in the comic books. Just follow what they're doing.
They aren't afraid to get weird. They don't explain anything to you. They're just like, yeah, you're here to watch a fucking comic book movie. Here's all this wild. It's like just hopping into Endgame. I'm telling you, there's like crazy stuff going on. Because like when we got to Endgame, it was like, yeah, we built to like this wacky doodle stuff. But in Superman, it was just kind of like, this wacky doodle stuff's been going on. And here you are.
Love that. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's so many characters. There's so many good characters. I can't believe it's only a 2-hour movie.
And while we're here, this has to be thrown out there. I think Zack Snyder is one of the worst directors of all time. One of the most overrated directors to ever live. He made one movie that is good, and everything else he has made is absolute hot fucking garbage. Just throw that out there. 2 movies. Did he do Watchmen?
He did do Watchmen.
Okay, so he has 300 in Watchmen, and every movie he made otherwise is fucking terrible. So got that out of the way. Man
this is
great. So I'm glad that we're doing something different.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're doing something different.
This is fun, and not only is it fun for just a singular solitary Superman movie. Like I'm going to see this.
It sounds like they're setting up for a world finally. They're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm more than excited now to see what comes. I want to see a Batman in this tone of universe that have not been presented. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, this is a lived-in superhero world.
Interesting.
The Justice Gang are out fucking fighting a thing in the background of a scene just because, like, that's the world they live in, and they're a background scene, and it's funny, and it's great, and it's...
Now, there's
a couple cameos that are cool. The way they tie in, like... what were you going to say?
No, so I know this is supposed to be a universe that they're starting. Is there any commentary or is there anything that's out there of what may be next? I mean, the movie's not even really out yet, so I know that's crazy to ask, but
Supergirl comes out next year. Is the next one, and that's looking to be pretty good.
I hope you can hear in my voice that I'm very hesitant and skeptical.
Oh no, it's gonna be good.
Very hesitant and skeptical,
especially in this world.
I mean, how is Supergirl different than Superman?
Oh, dude. James Gunn got this the idea for the script based on a more recent run of the character's comic line where, she's badass as hell, and it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, her story's pretty unique.
I hope you hear it in my voice. I'm hesitant.
I hear you. I think it's a good follow-up to Superman. Slow and steady wins the race. Some of Marvel's biggest wins have been really that.
Oh, okay. And
I think if there's anybody who can handle really that, it is James Gunn. He has.
So is he for sure doing more of these? Like, is this his direction now?
He's overseeing all of it. So he directly directed.
How did they
Superman,
get him to do that? And how much did they fucking pay him to come do this, to trade teams?
I think it was during that period of time that he was fired from Marvel. That like brief period of time, I think DC was like,
we'll take your guy.
Yeah,
this is like the guy.
Marvel was like, actually, we need you. And he's, I mean, dude, I knew I was gonna love this movie. That's the thing. I knew I was gonna love this movie, and then it wasn't the movie I thought it was gonna be, and I love it more for
That's
it.
awesome,
and that's a great feeling to have.
Maybe I'll go see it by myself. I might see it by myself on Sunday.
Yeah.
You want to drive down and come see it with me?
No.
Of course you do.
You have nothing but time. But
you have nothing but time.
Yeah, of course I do. No, we might take Sora to the drive-in and see it again. Yeah, I would love for that to be his first like theater experience movie, because it's Superman at his best in a movie that's doing him good, and
that's awesome.
I like it a lot. It a lot.
I'm excited now.
Without giving anything away, I think I did a pretty good job of avoiding spoilers.
You did, but you got me interested, which means you did a good job. Because I'm not a Superman fan, so you had me interested.
Check it out, and just let it be the weird movie that it is.
I want a weird movie, like I said. The rest of them haven't worked for me.
I'd say there's like a pacing thing that happens at one point in the movie, just like where even like a minute or two more of a scene might have made the impact of it a little better. Other than that, loved it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised it's only 2 hours.
Oh, the music's so good too. The music's so good.
Is it?
Too.
Now, is it like
just like the fight scenes when it hits?
Okay, is it music hits. Is it music like cinematic music, or is it music like Guardians of the Galaxy music?
Both.
Interesting.
Both, and sparingly. There's not a lot of like Guardians of the Galaxy music, but there's a lot of
I think that's best done sparingly.
That Superman theme is just blaring at certain parts in different ways of being played throughout the whole thing, and it's very rad. It's very rad.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd give Superman this, I guess it's just called Superman, a heavy metal rad time of a movie.
Give me a number out of 10. I know you don't like to do it, but give me a number. Is it above a 9?
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna say it's a solid 9. It's in it with potential upon more viewings.
Yeah, you have to see it again.
I could even give it a 10, because I think Logan is a 10.
Yeah.
And to me, Endgame is as well. Like, these are movies that are just really, they're 10s because of what they do.
Impossible to compare Endgame to anything, though, right?
Right, but that being the end of something, this being the beginning of something, the way that they both work.
Dude, imagine, I think nobody had the Endgame experience. Now, let me go on a small side tangent. I saw Endgame the day I took my last law school final. Do you understand the culmination of things happening in my life that day? I just ripped a bunch of Adderall, took one of the hardest tests of my life, and then went and got the extra large cherry Coke and sat there, and then I cried my eyes out in front of very manly lawyer men with me. Yeah,
of course you did.
Anyway,
it's a fantastic
what
film.
A movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited to see this though, man. I'm excited to see it. I hope it's, I hope, and it seems like people are liking it, and I hope it stays that way. As long as it stays, I hope it stays above an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's what I want.
It's currently at an 85, I think, with critics, and a 96 with audience.
Yeah, and really all that matters is that audience. Let's be honest.
Both numbers are fantastically good,
if
though.
If both stay over 80, you've got a hit,
And I think it is. I think it's something.
Maybe I'll see it by myself on Sunday. I don't have anything to do.
It's that good, dude. I got a little high. I just took a little edible.
That's the key, is a little, not too much.
Yeah, didn't need it. I don't even know if I really felt it. Like I said, the movie
that's
just
perfect
was
amount
going,
for
and I was
something
just
like
on
this.
a ride. I was just.
That's what you need. I had too much the other day when we played Split Fiction that day.
Luthor.
Rocks.
That's all I'm gonna say. We've talked enough about this movie, but
I think he's a great actor. I like that actor in general. I can't think of his name, but what do I know him from?
He's in quite a bit of stuff. He's
in Nosferatu. He's in Nosferatu. He's really good in that.
He was in that. I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he's good in that.
He's in the he's Beast in the newer X-Men. Those
First Class and those ones.
He's in a few things here and there, but
I like him. I think he's good.
His Lex Luthor.
Is it good?
And I mean, he's evil. He's just a bad fucking guy, and that's what I mean.
He's got that look about him. Is that rude to say about somebody?
No,
but
not when that's his role. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun.
Yeah, he is in Nosferatu, which was a great movie.
Yes.
Did you see that movie?
I didn't yet.
Oh, dude.
I got to do a day where I catch up on 10 movies.
I don't know if you will like that one. I want to see it. I think it's good. I think it's worth seeing. I think it's
I got to do a Nosferatu. I got to do a nuke movie.
Knee for Ratu and elbow for Ratu.
What's the movie about the nuke?
Oh, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, yeah.
Buddy, you're 2 years past that one. Oppenheimer.
I know, and I gotta watch it.
As knowing you, I don't think that movie's for you. I'm just gonna tell you.
I'm gonna watch it one of these days.
You can watch it. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's for you. Nosferatu is is a great piece of cinema. You know, I'm not gonna say I loved it, but it was like you're like, this is just a good movie. This is impressive, and people that are like film snobs for sure are like, this is incredible. Tori loved it. Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll have that.
But
I'm glad Superman's awesome. I'm gonna see it. Maybe I'll see it Sunday.
Just do it. Just do it. Unless anything else important's going on, go see that movie if you got time. It's good.
Yeah, I got some shit going on. I'll tell you about it after this.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
But that's, I mean, we got through it, man. That was our
Superman,
episode.
Folks.
We got through everything.
I got more stuff I'll save for next time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we'd have
my hint. Let me just drop the hint of it because it's a different direction than what we usually talk about.
Next time on Merchant in the Dark Z.
This is still nerd. It's just different kinds. On Netflix, they released a Led Zeppelin documentary. Okay? Now, I don't know your musical tastes. I don't care if you like this band or not. The documentary is so fucking good. I have watched it. It has been out for 1 month. I have watched it 4 times. 4 times. I love it that much. I've gotten chills every time I watch it. It is that good. I will discuss it more next time. It is
maybe I'll try to watch it by then.
So good.
I like Led Zeppelin.
If you like Led Zeppelin, it is so good. It's like, I love Led Zeppelin. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. I had been waiting for this. I'd heard about it like 6 months ago. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. We went on vacation for my birthday. I was on vacation. Tori fell asleep early. I took a little bit of vitamins, just a little bit of vitamins. And I took a little bit of vitamins. Dude, it's a chef's kiss. It is my favorite music documentary of all time. It is that good.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Jake gives chef's kisses. Momager Miranda gives chef's kisses.
Yes. Love it.
And I think both of those are always a good sign and a great one.
Okay, so that's for next time.
Yeah, we'll dive into that. That's great. I love to have stuff ready to go for the next time.
Yeah.
All right. Shitters. That's the show tonight. Hopefully we didn't spoil too much, but told you like information about shit that we have been into, and you enjoyed it. Jake, you're great at this. Do the farewell.
I'm gonna do the thing, people. This guy, he works so hard on this thing. Me, I show up, I bullshit. That is all I do. Chase, he works so hard on this. He cares so much about this. Please, it takes nothing to just like the video, add it to a playlist, YouTube, Spotify. Make it happen for the guy. He tries so hard and he cares so much. Reward him for that, as I do. I do the episodes and then I watch them on YouTube anyway because I love them. So please support any way you can. It's always appreciated. And check out our streams that we are doing on Wednesday and that Chase will be doing on his Switch game.
I kind of do sporadically. Yeah, I played Resident Evil this morning.
And just like him if you can. Leave a little comment. Tell Chase he's doing great and his editing is getting better and better because it is. That's all, folks.
Thank you. All right, shitters. With that, good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the shit bugs bite.